morning after the night before. That's right, as Blackburn Rovers wake up to the shock realisation that they're already out the EFL Cup. And of course, heading into a crunch match weekend this weekend on the back of back-to-back defeats. Can we bounce back? What went wrong? We'll take a little look next. That's right, folks, back once again with another video. Today we take a look back at the Carabao Cup exits, losing to Bradford City. That was, of course, on Tuesday night. That's right, I slept on it, thought about it. I want to know where we go from here, of course. It was hoping to be an opportunity to look at some players, kind of look at the team, kind of get a bit of confidence in the side. But right now, we're walking into a busy weekend of action for Rovers in the Championship with Moneybags Birmingham FC, a team I prodded at, poked at last season and continue to do so. But we're going into this looking quite vulnerable, I think confidence is shot. And yeah, we're going to do deep dive into all that, but let's crunch through the numbers and talk about the match itself before where I think the problem is and how we can resolve it if we can at all. But let's take a look back at the match, losing 2-1 on the night to Bradford City. We haven't lost to Birmingham City just yet. I think that's just around the corner though. But 2 goals in the space of the first 4 minutes was not the antidote, was not the way to win this game. Of course, a weird looking squad, a lot of changes, a couple of youngsters thrown in the deep in there. And just undervalued, underprepared against the hungry Bradford City side, a side that of course are riding their coattails of momentum from their promotion last season, and it's a team that I think will do very, very well in League One, a team that we shouldn't really have underestimated, to be honest with you. And that's easy for me to say now looking back, but I always had a gut feeling that this could be a sticky match. But I think we went into this on the back of a bad result on the weekend, and of course with off-the-field drama kind of really painting a bad picture for Blackburn Rovers moving forward. And honestly, I don't know when this is going to kind of turn in our favour, because the way we have been operating has been poor. I think we've gone cheap budget options for a lot of stuff. Don't get me wrong, they may eventually come good, but right now, as of right now, finishing off the back of a 7th place season, losing Callum Britton, losing Tyree Stolen, losing a couple of experienced pros, Wyman and Bath, and now on the verge of losing Captain Lewis Travis with Tronstad and Dom Hyman. Who knows if they're going to go? And the only focus right now is a right winger, which I'm not too sure is what the main focus or the only sole focus should be on this. I think we do need more experienced players. I do think we need some EFL core to this team. Because right now, don't get me wrong, I think the Axels will come good, the Sidney Tavares, there's glimmers in there, and of course some other players should deliver, but ultimately the team has been starved of, the core, the spine of the team has been ripped out. If it hasn't done so already, it will be done by the end of the week or into next week. But the game itself, of course, we did boss possession. It was 2 moments of madness. The first one at the back completely gifted Bradford City too much. The second was an absolute howler by the keeper. So 2 early goals put us on the foot, and honestly, a little bit of infighting was developing on the Rovers pitch there. Like the patience were tested by some of the key players. Scotty Wharton should have been doing much better in the back line there. Of course, Mac Gay up top was being a bitch and a moany turd. So ultimately, just not the right vibe heading into the start of the season. I was feeling very confident with Big Val in charge. I still am, but right now I just don't know if the value or the level of this team is going to deliver anything close to what I'm expecting and other Rovers fans are expecting. We did dominate this game, of course, 65%, 15 shots for us as well, 6 of them on off target. The keeper was worked a couple of times, with a couple of late penalty shouts as well, but they were really clasping at straws, to be honest with you. Realistically, no. Our goal from Denev did come from a Miller free kick, throw-in, which of course is a new tool in our locker, and hopefully that can be a weapon that we really use to get going. But ultimately, Rovers, despite being 2-0 down for a good portion of that first half, the desire, the attitude, the drive was not there for Rovers. I didn't think we showed any desire. It was always, slow and steady, backwards passing. When we were nicknamed, somebody hacked into Google this week and called us Route 1 Rovers. I really wish we were Route 1 Rovers. Why don't we just hump it forward? We've got these big men now on the pitch. Make them cause some problems. And don't get me started about the guys who just don't want to have a shot outside the box or just anywhere. You are professional footballers, footballers. Put the foot on the ball, plough it, and have a go. We did see a couple of guys towards the back end have a go, but Why not have a go in the 55th minute? Why not have a go in the 70th minute? Why not just have a go and test yourself? Test the keeper. Keeper could be shit. But if you don't test him, we don't know. So have a bloody go. Oh, you're going to lose possession. Well, guess what? You got 65% possession, and you ultimately only found one goal, courtesy of a bouncing ball, throw-in, and a strike at the back of the net. So, yeah, I'm not too sure that's the way to go. Take a look at the starting 11s then, shall we? Rovers on the left-hand side, and Bradford City on the right. We had Machowski between the sticks there, young goalkeeper with Scotty Wharton at the back, Lewis Miller alongside him. Pickering did start on the left-hand side, Montgomery at the right back. We had Sondre Trosso wearing the captain's armband, with Tavares alongside him. Henriksen also played the right side of the three. Dion Deneuve on the left-hand side. Igor Tijuan got the start, and Mac de Gea led the line. As for Bradford City, Sam Walker between the sticks, and Kieran Kelly at the back there with Joe Wright alongside him. Andy Aidan Baldwin to make him a back three. They had Max Power, Jensen Metcalf in those defensive midfield slots with Neville on the right, Toure on the left, Tariq Wright, George Lapsey, and Will Swan led the line. We also saw some substitutions on both sides. Rovers bringing on the likes of Ryan Bosso on the right-hand side. John Buckley got a cameo, Todd Cantwell as well, and Augustus Cargbo, who picked up a cheeky yellow card. As for, we also Yuki Yohashi coming on there to make it 5 changes. As for Bradford City, the likes of Curtis Tilt coming on there, Matthew Pennington, Anthony Savic, we have Tommy Lee, and Stephen Humphreys to cause some problems up front. What about, of course, the performances then? Well, this is not my grading. It's the grading of a third party here. But as you look at it, the man of the match for Rovers' point of view was actually Dion Deneuve with the goal, 7.4 performance for him. Pickering and Tavares with a 7.3. The rest not even anywhere close to a 7. I thought Igor Tijuan did all right. He got a rating of a 5.9. As for Bradford City, star men, Metcalf pulling the strings. There were Toure on the left-hand side. He was a handful. Will Swan as well up the top there. And of course, the goals at the start of the match very, very early to dictate the whole result of the match, the whole vibe of the match. And of course, killing the mood at Ewood Park and just killing Rovers' dreams to get moving forward. And again, speaking of moving forward, these were the efforts there. Bradford City with the blue shots. Rovers were the orange. Mactigy did have 3 efforts for him. Buckley 2 from the bench as well. Tijuan and Deneuve a couple of efforts. Montgomery did pop a couple of good shots. One made the keeper stretch a little bit. But ultimately, we should be doing much, much more than that, considering the amount of possession we had. So, not great in that regard. But what about the guys on social media? What do they think? Well, I'm going to tell you how they thought of the game in just a lickety-split. Right then, kicking it all off with some tweets that were made on the final whistle there. Lewis Hartley, one of the overseas mafiosos, said, "A lot of the ball, but nothing going forward, just like West Brom. These kids aren't ready for the first team, and we need to be loaned out. We need a big improvement fast, or we're going to struggle this season." Galarossi Blue said, "Dog shit, absolutely dog shit. We desperately need reinforcements, including a new striker. Gay's not good enough. Ohashi should have scored the header. Embarrassing. The board needs to put their hands in their fucking pockets and spend some money." Adam says, "Ishmael out tonight." Meanwhile, Tommy, BR 1875, disappointing result, but more worryingly, a disappointing performance. A lot of the ball and not much with it. The attacking threat is a huge issue with this season. Both Montgomery and Tijuan need loans. They're not ready for the first team. Good to see Buckley in blue and white one more final time. Meanwhile, Not Your Business says this was shite. Montgomery shouldn't be anywhere near the first team. Should be loaned out a League One club and make the mistakes there. We're absolutely toothless guy. Seems like a likable guy, but shite. Needs replacing. Adam Suzuki said, "Ineffective football in all its glory. Been banging on about it for ages. We still haven't addressed the lack of goals and or natural finishes in our side. Recruitment is focused on every position except the most important one, a goal-scoring centre forward. I fear for us." Meanwhile, Nathan Jones says John Eustace is a snake. That's, of course, following on from some statements after the final whistle. Meanwhile, Rosinia said, "Absolutely shy. Only one who looks decent is Cantwell. Thoughts and prayers going into Saturday." And that is, of course, where the focus lies now, is, of course, the game against Birmingham City at Ewood Park. But let's take a look back at what went on around the grounds in the Carabao Cup. Elsewhere, Swansea City put their place in the next round with a 3-1 win over Crawley. Newport County were out to tumbling to Millwall. Barrow losing at home to Preston. Middlesbrough were absolutely spanked by Doncaster, which, of course, gave us a little bit of a hall pass, because all the focus is going to be on that. Tonking. Doncaster, also from League One, also promoted just like Bradford, but they put 4 past Middlesbrough. Meanwhile, Stockport, they booked their place through as well, beating League 2 Crewe. Watford are out, knocked out by Norwich. West Brom take a tumble after penalty shootout, lost to Derby County. Grimsby are through, as are Cambridge United. Reading squeaked by Portsmouth of the Championship as well. Cardiff knocking out Swindon, Wigan go through at the expense of Notts County. Meanwhile, we continue. Stanley are all through. They beat Peterborough. Stoke, of course, using penalties to get themselves a passage into the next round. Port Vale are there, as are Oxford. We can say hello to Coventry. We say goodbye to Harrogate Town. Lincoln City go through. Penalty shootout victory for Wimbledon. They go through. So do Rotherham, also by the same method. Wrexham, Hollywood FC, picking up a penalty shootout win over Hull City in a bit of a thriller there. Mansfield knockout Chesterfield. Plymouth Argyle knockout Championship QPR. And Charlton beat Stevenage. And finally, a couple of hand more here. The Battle of the Hamptons ended up in favour of Southampton. Wycombe knocking out Leyton Orient. Of course, bit of joy for them. Another big surprise is Bromley knocked out Ipswich Town. Bromley of League 2 against Ipswich, of course, hotly tipped to get promoted back to the Premier League following their season. That's the penalty shootout victory. We have some more games to take place, a handful of 5 of them, and then, of course, we can come back for the second round draw, which Blackburn Rovers will not be in for the first time in a few years. So not the best start to the season. Back-to-back defeats, back-to-back shambles. And, of course, just around the corner, we've got Birmingham City, which, of course, are licking their lips right now, licking they're going to try and fancy their chances to take maximum points against us, the Rovers side, ultimately looking for a bit of good news. Now, the good news is nowhere to be seen. We've got contract situations with 4 senior pros, and it doesn't look like we're going to get any of those resolved. If we are going to get one resolved, it'll be Ryan Edges, one that we probably don't really want to get resolved, no offence. But Dom Hyam also contract ends at the end of the year, as does Sondre Tronstad. But the main focus, of course, heading into the back end of the week is Lewis Travis. I'm going to do a video on that itself. But that is, of course, the captain of our squad, and just the quality of the squad. We've got rid of Wyman, Bath, who may be 33 plus, and a chunk of change, but they know this league, they know this division, and in turn, we've brought in Dion Denevre and Scott McLaughlin. You know, there's no problem there. I think we'll be all right. But just basically inexperienced pros, and we're kind of feeling a bit of a pinch. We need some good news. I don't think a right winger is the good news. I think we need more than that. If we're going to be completely honest with you, I think we need a right winger. We could definitely do with a striker. We could do with some more defensive reinforcements, and spend a bit of money, for fuck's sakes. Spend a bit of money. You just generate 3.5 million. Or whatever it is, 3 million on Callum Britton. You're probably, hopefully, going to get 2 to 3, 4 million maybe for Lewis Travis if you play your cards right. That's 6 or 7 million you're going to make there, and we're probably, if lucky, get 1 million spent. So I'm underwhelmed. I'm concerned. I'm frustrated. Don't get me wrong. I think some of these signings will come good, but just right now it is very difficult pill to swallow. Anyway, Rovers go again. Birmingham, of course, we'll have a preview up on the channel later this week. Of course, we'll have the watch along on Saturday. But right now, we just need some good news. And right now, it just feels a bit shit. Anyway, roll back the Club World Cup. Anyway, I'll see you soon when I return. But right now, I am out.